Tonight, our school's facing a tough fight. The governor wants to trim more than $1 billion in school aid from the budget.
And that means teachers here on the island could lose their jobs. Now lawmakers and district officials are trying to figure out how to combat those cuts.
Generally, there's a tremendous amount of anxiety.
School districts and state lawmakers united today in a budget battle over Governor Cuomo's proposed state aid cuts.
The governor's budget says it's 2.9% cut to education, but yet it works out to 7.3% of state aid being cut. Yet on Long Island, that number jumps up to 11%.
It's tough times for school districts, and that means some tough choices are ahead.
The only choice is to turn around and do everything they can to cut expenditures, and most of our expenses are on teaching staff, and that's where the cuts are headed.
This is the scariest year that I've ever had.
Roberta Gerald has been the superintendent of Middle Country Schools for 15 years. She says her district could lose more than $10 million, and that means cuts in programs and staff.
But right now we're looking at about 12 or 13 reduction in our teaching staff. That's a big deal. That's a big deal because we already have high class loads. We have already maximized enrollment.
And that's the reality districts all over the island are facing. Governor Cuomo has urged districts to dip into their reserve funds. Many school officials say that's not a logical option. State Senator Ken LaValle admits there's no easy fix.
These are very harsh times, and we need to make changes. We need to be creative.
Still, he says, when our local lawmakers go back to Albany, they're ready to fight for Long Island schools.
We're going to change the cuts in a better way, a fairer way for Long Island.
And lawmakers at the meeting tonight say they're ready for a big debate on the cuts. The state budget is due by April 1st.